everybody, it's me, Zach. This is Potato, who's weirdly here on a day we're reacting to Amberlynn, and welcome back to our channel. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. Zachary Marie, Zachary Michael also, my Twitch re-upload channel, and I'm back again because, well, a lot has happened with some side characters of Amberlynn Reid's lore and story. And also, the long-awaited Amberlynn Reid response to Zachary Michael is now live on her channel. So we have a lot to talk about, and I'll try to place some timestamps so that you can skip around to whatever feels most relevant to you. So I don't really know where to start specifically. So I guess let's just start with Amberlynn's community tab. Maybe that's a good place to start. About a day or so ago, she made 2 community tab posts. The first one being, thank you guys so much for the support lately. I'm really excited for 2025 and can't wait to share everything with you. All right, okay, so that was one post that she made, and then she made another post, much longer post, which I assume is maybe in response to her ex-bestie Alexis hanging out in some live streams and some live stream chats. I think has been present in the comment section of Karina Kaboom's channel, has been present in Oh Lordy It's Jordy's live streams. I have not kept up with every single thing that Alexis has said in every single place on the internet. Props to y'all who can keep up, because Alexis is really out here commenting a lot on things. But anyways, I assume that this community tab post from Amberlynn is in response to some of those things. I will say before I even read it, I think all of her behavior of things we're going to be talking about today, both this post about Alexis and also her video response to me, Zachary Michael, really go against some of the things that she said, or even that last post, right? That last post where she's like talking about all the support and being excited about 2025. But also in videos, she's mentioned that she's no longer dealing with negativity. She's no longer engaging with reaction channels. She's no longer reading hateful comments, mean comments in her comment section, period. This, that, the other. And it's clear that the noise, she did say that in a recent video, that the noise is still somehow finding her. It's clear that the noise is finding her, aka she's still watching reaction channels, she's still reading the comments, she's still reading the DMs that people send her about all the stuff that people are saying about her. She's still invested in what Alexis is saying about her, and we're gonna find out probably gonna be invested in what Beck has to say about her as well. So this is the second post that she made on her community tab, and she said, I want to keep up the positivity in my life, and that is going to reflect on all of my social media platforms as well. I'm fully aware of some of the things Alexis is saying, but she is arguing with a wall. Oh my gosh, Poe is like wrestling around in his blanket on the floor. She's arguing with a wall as I'm going to be taking the time to water the things that matter most in my life. Internet drama and a backstabbing friend isn't part of that. She lied in the summer, apologized to me about it all, and is continuing to lie now. This is all I will say. I'm not fighting back. I'm not sharing my side. Nothing. It's going to be radio silence from my end. I'm a happier person without her in my life. I'm taking something positive out of this. It's another life lesson I've gotten to learn from, and now I get to move on without someone awful in my life. I don't know why I said that last sentence with weird emphasis on different parts of the phrasing. Maybe it's just the way that she wrote it out that, like, I wasn't sure where to put the emphasis in the phrasing, but here we are. I mean, one thing that I want to say about all of this is the thing where Amberlynn is like, she lied in the summer and apologized to me about it all. First of all, I want to be clear, while I do think Alexis is an awful friend, I think Alexis has never had Amberlynn's best interests at heart. I don't think that Alexis is probably lying all that much. I think there's been some things things maybe in the past that she's exaggerated on or, you know, emphasized for the negativity of it all. But I think in general, there's probably mostly nuggets of truth there, you know? Like, I just want to be clear that, like, I do think that Alexis, like many of the side characters in Amberlynn's life, is coming out with the truth.
I will say, as one little addendum to that, like, while things may be the truth, I also still stand by that, like, it wasn't Alexis's place to share that the crumble cookie video exists, to post a screenshot from it as one of her thumbnails. Like, I think that that was still really inappropriate of her to do without Amberlynn's permission. And I also, even if it is the truth, okay, like, I still also don't think it's her place to talk about anything that happened in Amberlynn's relationship with Jade, Falene's wifey. I do just want to clarify that, because I think that that's, like, nasty behavior, and that's what I've said. But I will say, I don't think in most cases that Alexis is really lying about this stuff.
What I think Amberlynn means when she says that Alexis apologized to her, what Alexis probably actually apologized for was just putting it out all there to begin with. I highly doubt that Alexis was like, I lied and I'm so sorry about that. I feel like it's more likely that Alexis said, I really shouldn't have put you on blast like that. I'm so sorry. I still want to be your friend. But that's just my speculation about how I would imagine that conversation going down. But all of that to say, if you're sitting here saying that you're gonna give somebody radio silent, that radio better be fucking turned off, diva. Like, this paragraph of a community tab post is in no fucking way radio silence. It just isn't. That's not what radio silence is. And the reality is that I think Amberlynn could really, especially with Alexis, just keep it moving and not acknowledge Alexis and have Alexis go away. Because it's not like, I'm gonna be honest, Alexis made a video response to this community tab post, and it's not racking up the kind of views that Alexis was getting on other videos about Amberlynn, okay? I don't think many people are super invested with Alexis. I think a lot of people felt really burnt by Alexis because Alexis went straight back to Amberlynn when she got the chance to, like, meet up with Amberlynn in real life, okay? So it's not like I think people really want to support Alexis. I think a lot of people believe the things that Alexis said, but I also think that if Amberlynn just actually shut the fuck up like she's suggesting that she wants to do in this post, that people probably would not give Alexis the time of day. But like I said, that's just par for the course with Amberlynn. She said that 2025 she was gonna be, well, in this post she said she was gonna water the things that, what did she say? Water the things that matter the most in life. And she said that in videos too, essentially, like, not that exact quote, but she said, like, I'm only gonna focus on the positivity. And yet here she is. We know she's been in other reaction channels, like live streams still, and we know that she's kept up with what the girls are saying on the internet about her. So it's just like, no, you're not watering the things that matter the most in life, diva. I'm sorry to tell ya. And since we're just talking about Amberlynn's community tab post before we move on to Alexis's video response, I will just say that she posted another weird, like, community tab post yesterday that said, let's play my fave game together. Come play Dice Streams with me. And it links to, like, the app store for you to go and download said mobile app. And I don't know, that just feels like a really weird, odd thing for her to post. I don't know. I was very surprised to see it. It just felt so weird in juxtaposition with her last post on her community tab post. So Alexis did make a video response to it. It's pretty short. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description box. I guess I honestly maybe don't have a lot to say about it outside of Alexis really just made a lot of the same points that I just made, which is that, like, Amberlynn can't help herself but to keep talking about Alexis despite the fact that she said that she would stop. And, you know, to that extent, I agree with Alexis. I'm on the same page as Alexis. And also, one other thing I was really surprised about is, like, Alexis used a lot of clips from my videos and stuff, which I was not anticipating, just because, like, I talk a a lot of shit about Alexis because I think she's got big loser energy. but I was rather surprised to see so much Zachary Michael Marie footage in her video. But yeah, I think Alexis makes a fair point of like, girl, I thought you said you were gonna stop talking. I thought you said you were gonna stop talking about me. Alexis included clips of Amberlynn saying she was no longer gonna talk about Alexis, and it's just like, girl can't help herself. Girl really can't. So, I don't know. I guess we don't really need a whole separate timestamp for the Alexis video. But all of that to say is like, for once, I mostly don't have any major issues with what Alexis posted. I just think in general, her point was made. I agree with her point. Like, girl, why are you still talking about Alexis? Like, please let Alexis wither away into the halls of Amberlynn lore, and let's never hear from her again. I'm sure a lot of you also want my thoughts, opinions, and feedback on Beck's latest upload to YouTube. If you're not familiar, Beck is one of Amberlynn's exes. I'll also say in this video, Beck clarifies that they do prefer that people call them Beck. They do not like to be referred to by the old name anymore. And they also have given an update about the pronouns they use, which is just they, them. I know that's been a topic of confusion in the past, and so I just want to give that update in case you don't go watch Beck's actual full video. But on that note, I do want to encourage you to just go watch Beck's full video. I'm not going to do like classic reaction style over here. I will give some thoughts about it, but I think like if y'all can go support or want to support Beck in that way, that it would probably be helpful for them to have some views on their video. And I say that because a large part of what Beck addresses in their video about Amberlynn is that, well, first of all, they address some comments that Amberlynn made in some live stream somewhere. I didn't source the origin of those comments. I assume it's one of the like 2 reaction channels that Amberlynn currently spends time in, their live streams and their chats. But Beck gives a direct response to some of those comments in those chats, especially because they were focused around money that Amberlynn owed Beck. And they really do a good job of outlining the many different ways that Amberlynn financially abused them. We know that most recently Beck did an interview with Karina Kaboom. That was the last time that they were kind of like majorly on the internet, and they talked about how Amberlynn never paid them for the time that they spent in live streams at the end of their relationship. But it also extended to so much more. They talked about reasons why they quit their job and how Amberlynn used that against them. They talked about Amberlynn keeping them from their family, Amberlynn like making them not feel like they could go find a new job, Amberlynn making them feel like they couldn't even set money aside for themselves because it might mean that they were gonna break up and that they were gonna leave Amberlynn. So Amberlynn has been very financially abusive to Beck, and I think that that's led to a lot of uncertainty in their life even to today. They did provide some life updates about some like unlucky things that have happened to them in terms of having access to a car, having access to being able to go to work and things like that. And so they do acknowledge that like they're not begging people for money, but that if money is available to be given to them, that it would be really helpful. And I'll say a lot of people have been so supportive of Beck. Their comments are filled with people sending super thanks. But I also hope for Beck's like well-being that they can eventually get to a place of like financial security that they don't feel like they need to come to YouTube in the future. I think they're totally within their rights to want to be able to capitalize on everything that Amberlynn did to them over the course of their time together. And also it's clear from Beck's video that the internet is just not a place that they feel super comfortable and not a place where they feel like they can actually exist outside of the embarrassment of being associated with Amberlynn Reid. And it's because of that that I just hope that they can find peace away from the internet. It sounds like in many ways they've done a lot of work on themselves to better themselves and make a life for themselves outside of what's going on the internet and outside of their history with Amberlynn. So truly, I hope the best for Beck, and I hope everything goes well for them. And like I said, if you want to go get the specific details about what Beck shared, I'll leave their video linked down below. So that brings us to today's reaction of Amberlynn's latest vlog. It's titled Responding to Zachary Michael and Meal Plan with Me bar vlog. And divarinas, oh my gosh. I did say in my video yesterday, I gave a little update yesterday about my mental health, just how I'm doing. If you haven't watched it and you're interested, please go give it a watch. But I did mention that people in my Twitch community had shared a screenshot with me, and I speculated that maybe it might have came from Elizabeth Richardson's live stream channel. But it actually the screenshot itself, I think, was taken from a Karina Kaboom video, and I think Karina took the screenshot from a Yo Mama live stream. So if that helps you have clarity about where all of that came from, I actually learned about it like shortly after I finished editing and uploading the video. So apologies, like I was already there. I figured I could give you that brief update today in this video. But anyways, that screenshot said that a response to me was coming on the 17th, and besties, it's the 17th. And she's responding. I don't know how to feel. I want to have an open mind about whatever her response might be, but something tells me she's not going to like say sorry. I don't know. I don't know. And then it's also like even if you do say sorry, even if she comes here and says sorry, like I have to tell you, it will honestly be hard for me to give a fuck. Honestly, truly, like, I mean, if I'm being honest, like, any goodwill she had with me was lost a long time ago, but it's, like, really, really lost these days. Like, I really don't know that I believe a lot of it, or anything about her, and things like that. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling a bit, all to just say, like, we'll fucking see, besties. We'll fucking see. We'll see if anything she has to say, we'll do it. But I'm gonna be honest. I think even if she came on here and said, I'm so sorry, Zachary Michael, that it would be hard for me to give a shit. Like, I don't know. And honestly, I think she would honestly be better off if she just didn't fucking talk about it. Like, I think she honestly would be better off if she stuck to what she said she was gonna do, which was not engage in the negativity and only water the things that bring her positivity in her life. But we'll see. I don't know. My other toxic characteristic is that I just like want the best for people. I want to see the best in people. And it frequently burns me, so who the fuck knows. But let me shut the fuck up and let's just get to, shall we?
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to a new vlog. I'm pretty sure today is January 11th. Is it? Hold on, let me go look. Hot damn diggity. It is January 11th. How is it already the 11th? I personally don't know. Time is going by so fast. But anyway.
What is time? What is time by a social construct? Here we go.
Is here in the good Oklahoma, it has been snowing, and thankfully it did not snow today. It's still pretty cold, but we had some snow melt, which is a good thing. Okay, you guys, it is time to meal plan.
What a fucking intro. Guys, it's cold in the wintertime. Can you believe?
Yes, your girl said meal plan. So I'm just going to use the notes on my MacBook to do that. So I am on the semaglutide, and I'm telling you, like, it takes away, like, that, like, huge desire to order takeout, so I've been eating more at home. I'm not trying to be unrealistically healthy. I'm simply just, like, eating at home, okay? So, meal plan is going to go as such.
Honestly, I don't know. There's just like something in the pit of my stomach that is like, why are we starting with the meal plan stuff? Like, part of me just wants to, I don't usually skip around, but part of me wants to just fast forward to whatever she has to say about me. Like, do I really care about her meal plan anyways? I'm like just, you know, so fascinated also that she's already starting it off with like once again, I'm not necessarily trying to be healthy. I'm just trying to meal plan. Okay. And also that the meal planning in question is just her sitting at her laptop typing. Like, usually when I see a meal plan with me type of video, I see a lot of moms post these on the internet. It is like a popular genre of YouTube videos for like a certain demographic. And it's usually like, oh, we're gonna sit down and like do the meal planning. We're gonna prep all of our food and things like that. So good to know that she loves a plan. I also love that she is in fact typing it on her computer even though she has 1,200 journals. Okay, maybe I am interested. Maybe I am invested. Maybe I just have like a nervous itch in my stomach about about whatever is to come about me.
So I am grocery shopping tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I'm simply just gonna write down all of the days of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth. So then I can just go through and decide that way. So what I'm gonna be meal planning is
like, we aren't even getting to see whatever she's typing. Like, if this is what you want to make for content, then show me what you're typing. Why do I want to sit here and watch you type it? I need to know what you're typing.
simply like what I want like my main meal to be that day, which is usually dinner. So Sunday tomorrow, I won't have to plan for that, thankfully, because I am having a little mother-daughter moment. So we're gonna get some dinner together.
Okay.
We're just gonna put out with mom.
Work.
And then Monday.
I love that we're still finding a way to eat out as a part of our meal planning, even though the one thing that you said you're trying to do and the purpose of meal planning is to not eat out. Stunning. Wonderful. Not that she's not allowed to go eat out with her mom and things like that. I just think it's funny.
I'm craving tacos. I think I'm gonna do tacos for Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
I'm not usually like a leftover girly, but some foods I can withstand the next day. So I definitely can withstand some like taco meat the next.
I can withstand it as if it's gonna kill her, as if it's something she needs endurance to get through. I can withstand leftovers. I can get through this. I'm strong.
Day, so I'll be fine with that. I've also really been enjoying like soups. There's this like potato Mexican soup that I kind of made up. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. Maybe I can show you guys a recipe, but I'm telling you, so good. And then Thursday, what do I want? Maybe Thursday we could do like a rice type of soup type deal, type situation. I have been really craving soups.
The meal planning is going good. We're tentatively scheduling a rice soup situation type of deal for Thursday. It sounds like you're really thinking this plan through. That sounds really helpful.
It's like warm foods, comforting foods. So with both of the soups, I do like to use either like ground turkey or beef. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the beef between those 2 days. And then Friday, I like to go to bingo with my mom, so I'm just going to put bingo so I won't really have to plan for that day, because usually we eat at bingo. Saturday is also really up in the air because I like to spend Saturdays with my mom. So I think for that day, I might just put spending it with mom.
Love that we are scheduling all of that. Perfect. You know, I think there probably is a world where that's helpful, though. Like, I think if you're like, oh, I know I'm going to get to eat out or eat something special this weekend, so, like, let's eat a little bit more thoughtfully throughout the week. Like, I think that could be helpful. Again, I just think it's funny that, like, you know, her goal is to eat less takeout and stuff like that, but it's what now, 3 out of the 7 days of the week in her meal plan?
We did not spend today together because, again, it's been cold and snowy. Like the other day, my mom couldn't even drive to work, so my stepdad had to drive her. Like, it's just been kind of like hectic over here.
Hecticana!
We're all safe and sound. So now that I have like my main meals planned, I want to just like make a store list of like, okay, what do I need for the tacos? What do I need for the soups and stuff like that? I have been snacking a lot on like chocolates and stuff. I need to find like a little bit better alternative. Like, girl, I love chocolate, but we need to like just be a little bit better.
Did she not just say in a video that she was still gonna let herself eat chocolate? And now she's already... That was literally the last video she posted. I'm pretty sure she was like, I'm gonna still like let myself eat chocolate. And now she's already like, no. Cool. It's working real well for us over here. All right, okay.
And then for my other meal, because obviously I'm not just having one meal a day, I'm really craving bagels. So I'm gonna eat bagels. I'm gonna do cream cheese, and I kind of want to do the whole. You guys remember that thing I tried with the bacon and scallion? I kind of want to have it like on a bagel. Does that sound hectic? I don't know. So I'm gonna be able to have that.
People have like scallion cream cheese on bagels all the time. That is not hecticana.
For multiple days in a row, actually, since there comes with like 6 bagels in one thing. So I'll be able to have that for 6 days.
Also, like, just on the semaglutide of it all, you know, she really got on camera and was like, oh my god, semaglutide stopped all of my takeout cravings. And a lot of people did comment and they're like, I don't think that's actually how semaglutide works. Like, semaglutide just affects your appetite in general, not necessarily like the things you crave. I could be wrong about that, but that's just like what people were saying in my comments. What I think is interesting is that she's like, it stopped all of my, like, it stopped my takeout cravings. I haven't really been wanting takeout as much. But then it's like, oh my god, I'm craving tacos. I'm craving bagels with cream cheese. Like, I just think that's interesting.
Gonna work out. But yeah, back to my chocolate alternative. What could I have instead on some days? You know what? I'm just gonna Google. What are some healthy-ish snacks? Cottage cheese and fruit, nuts, fruit and yogurt, whole grain toast, fruit and veggie smoothie, whole grain crackers, peanut butter and banana.
I don't know, girly. Should you have maybe asked ChatGPT? Didn't you say that you felt like ChatGPT was more reliable because Google was speculative or whatever? I don't remember what word she used.
Hummus. I want something sweet. So I'm gonna say, what are some healthier snacks that are sweet? Chocolate chia pudding, trail mix. I do love trail mix. I can like make my own. Chocolate covered bananas, frozen grapes. I do love a frozen grape. Apple and almond butter, a smoothie. See, that's like healthy. Trail mix does sound good, but again, I would probably just add like some chocolate, some nuts.
Heaven forbid we have a fruit. Heaven forbid we have an apple or some grapes.
Oh my gosh. I think I might do green apples and peanut butter. I love green apples and peanut butter because green apples are more sour compared to like regular red apples. Okay, so I meal planned. I'm excited. And then when I'm at the store, obviously, if I see some other things that I could have throughout the week, I'll just get it there. But this is like the stuff I need. Oh, and I need some stuff for around the house as well. I need some more Sprite Zero. Also want more cherry Coke.
I'm sorry, maybe it's just because I know that at some point in this video she's going to talk about me. But sitting here watching her type out her grocery list is just, I don't know. It's not doing it for me. And also, I just grow more and more wary of what kind of nonsense she's gonna say. Oh my god. I kind of don't want to do this today. I mean, we're gonna do it, but I don't know, something in the pit of my stomach is just telling me the more I sit here and watch this that, like, this is just gonna be some nonsense. I like, don't know how to explain it, but, like, I literally feel just, like, maybe it's indigestion, but I just feel something in my stomach that says this is not gonna go well.
Zero. Oh my god, so good. I haven't had that in forever, I feel like. Pine Sol.
That's the power of Pine Sol, baby.
Paper. Dish soap. I do need more of that. Also, dish sponges. I think that's it. Okay, guys, so I have gone back and forth whether I wanted to speak on this. I have sat with my thoughts and my feelings regarding it. I didn't.
Okay, we're 5 minutes in and we've made it, I'm pretty sure now, to the Zachary Michael portion of this video. Once again, also as a reminder, as she's sitting here saying that she's gone back and forth about if she wanted to respond to this or speak on this, that she did in fact say that she was not going to be giving attention to reaction channels in 2025. So just keep that in mind.
I want to just like spew nonsense, I really wanted to sit with it. And I decided I think I should speak on it because it is kind of heavy on my mind, on my heart. So I have gotten a lot of support and backlash regarding like what I said about Zachary Michael. There's a lot of people that think I should literally die and fall off the face of the planet.
Now, I don't know who said that, but that's certainly not my wishes or wants for anything in this situation. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to be in a good mental health place, and certainly want you to go to therapy. Would never like advocate for any of that or people saying that to her, and certainly anybody saying that to her is not saying it on my behalf.
For what I said about someone's mental health issues. And then there's the other side of people who are like, I applaud you for finally like sticking up for yourself after years and years of torment.
Sticking up for yourself. Mind you, I do also want to say this. I agreed with like the first like half of what she said. In fact, I was like, you're not saying anything that I disagree with. Like, I obviously make money off of Amberlynn. Obviously, my Amberlynn videos do much better than any other content on my main YouTube channel. Obviously, like, I wouldn't have the channel that I had if I didn't make content about Amberlynn. Like, I've never denied those things. And in fact, in that video, I agreed with her. And at most, that part of the video, I was like, I just don't understand what point you're trying to make, because these are all things that I've said about my own channel in the past. If she would have stopped at that point, good for her. Great. Like, I don't understand what the point was, but if she would have stopped there, like, we wouldn't have even been in disagreement. It was like taking it the next level to insinuate that my mental health wasn't real, wasn't factual, wasn't something I was actually experiencing. And that's the part that I think many other people took issue with. Say what you want about me making money off of Amberlynn Reid. It's true. I do. I do. I put ads on all of my videos about Amberlynn Reid. I make money off of sitting here talking shit about it. Like, no question about that. But I do just want to like clarify what I think people are actually upset about.
I've received a lot of mixed feelings, and if you guys thought that I was not going to see the clip of someone actually like verbally abusing me, then y'all thought wrong. I did watch it, and I've also watched like another clip from Twitch, which I
verbally abusing Amberlynn Reid, verbally abusing Amberlynn Reid because I called you a dumb bitch. Miss Ma'am, the way that at the beginning of this video alone, I covered the onslaught of financial abuse that Beck has shared about the way that you treated them, and you want to come and say me calling you a dumb bitch is verbal abuse? Are you kidding me? And mind you, me calling you that was in response to you questioning my mental health. Please. Also, she said that she watched a clip from Twitch. I'm like, what did I say on Twitch? I didn't know people were clipping my Twitch channel like that. I'm curious. I do sometimes talk about her a little bit in like the first hour of my live streams, so it is possible I said something, but I don't know what Twitch clip in particular she's talking about.
Okay, minor spoiler alert for the rest of the video. She never shares a clip of me on Twitch. She never says, well, she alludes to me talking about throwing hands or something like that. And so she also, as I started editing today's video, posted this on Instagram asking people to help her find her receipts and proof that she was sitting here talking about. Well, no worries, y'all. I reached out to the people of my Twitch community and said, hey, do you have a clip of me talking about throwing hands? And people in my Twitch community came through with the clip that I'm sure she was originally referencing. And I'm going to include that here for you, just so that you have context for the rest of the video.
For her ass to sit here after I have said time and time.
You communicated with us.
And time again, saying like, I totally understand. You need a break. Like, take as long as you need. We will figure out other stuff to do over here. And did. And fucking did. So shut your fucking mouth, Amberlynn. and you can catch these hands.
I have never watched his Twitch before until I saw this clip. So I do feel like I need to speak up on this because it's kind of a lot, to be honest. And I really wish people would like separate like who the two people are and like biased opinions based around me and reaction channels. And look at how
I hope she includes whatever clip from Twitch she's talking about, because I think when I've talked about this situation on Twitch, I did say, just like I said in my video, that I felt bad actually about using the word bitch, because that's not usually like language I use in regards to like women in general. Like it's something I've tried to like take out of my vocabulary, and I was just very frustrated with the situation, which is why it came out. And I like still to today, despite like people being like, oh, go off, Zach, don't feel bad about it. Like, I just, like, that's just not how I carry myself, and that's not, like, if I could go back and do it again, despite, like, people clipping that particular clip and it going viral on TikTok and things like that, it's still not, like, how I would have preferred to handle things, but was an honest, like, true reaction to what I was feeling at the time.
it's like person A and person B. Regardless, even though I feel like I'm standing in front of a bunch of like people who want to see me fail and who don't really care about what I have to say, I'm standing here and I'm using my voice because as a woman and
stand there and use your voice, diva. Use your voice.
And as someone here on YouTube who has constantly had to just fight and fight and fight, I'm not going to stop now. I feel like I have a lot to say, but I really just want to like dwindle it down into like short form. I said something about Zach, saying that like his mental health issues is the reason why he can't upload. But then the minute that I upload, he has a reaction. That is the only thing I have ever said about Zachary Michael's mental health. And to be honest,
first of all, if she would have said it, like, the tone is far different, the way that she just presented it there. There, she's stating it matter-of-factly. When she presented that in that video, it was, I just think it's interesting that when Zachary Michael has mental health issues, blah, 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 blah.
Like, it's just a really weird coincidence to me that, like, when I take weeks off, and I've done it a few times recently. Let's hope that doesn't happen anytime soon. But it's just really weird to me that when I take weeks off, all of a sudden, Zachary Michael is going through mental health problems and he can't post and he doesn't know what to post and he doesn't feel motivated. Oh, but the minute Amberlynn Reed posts, there's his reaction.
Okay, so, like, I do think tone matters, and I still think that that is, like, questioning my mental health, but, like, I will say, the way she just stated it there probably would have gotten a different reaction out of me. I still would have been like, girl, please be serious. But, like, that was stated so much more matter-of-factly, as if it is a fact that I only have mental health problems when Amberlynn is not, like, uploading herself. Which, like, also, by the way, pointed out that that was not true. I posted across my two channels 76 different times, and she posted all of 22, okay? So, also, not even true, but I digress.
Years that he has spent on his channel mocking me, being insensitive to any issue that I have. I mean, he can sit here and say that he stands up for me for this and for that and for random things, but sure, that doesn't take away the fact that I have been mocked by him.
Please provide the receipts, the evidence, the proof, the timelines, the screenshots. Okay? Like, please provide when I've mocked you. When I have not taken things seriously. The last time she tried to say this was when, literally just months ago, whenever I was experiencing the breakup, and she was on her Instagram stories, and she said, I hope that he has empathy for me or I hope he now knows what it feels like because he didn't care about me. He didn't have empathy for me when he's, like, taken advantage of my most vulnerable moments. And I literally, in my response to that in a video, went and showed clips and screenshots of almost every breakup that I've covered of hers outside of her breaking up with her extramarital affair, Erica, where I was, like, more more than understanding, more than kind to her. I was so kind to her when she broke up with Beck, which, like, now in hindsight, like, clearly Beck was going through way more than any of us knew. I was so kind about her breakup with Feline. So I'm just gonna need some examples of things that you think that I have done. I've done like parody videos, like super silly videos where like I have recreated silly, stupid stuff that's happened on her channel. So if that's what she means by mocking her, I really don't know. I really don't know. But what I will say is I have, and this is, I think, the point that people are trying to make, specifically because you're talking about my mental health, is I have always stood up for your mental health. I have always respected your mental health. I have said time and time again, ad nauseum, that if you need to take a break for your mental health, you should, and have encouraged you to do so. And I've gone on to post about other things when you've done it, okay?
That also includes my mental health. We're not even gonna go to like the physical aspect of like making fun of the fact that it's hard for me in the past to like walk to a tree. Or like
we've also already covered that ad nauseum, Diva. That video is the second most popular video on my channel. You can go sort my channel videos by popularity, and it's the second one. You can see my response to that. I'm not gonna waste time talking about her walking to a goddamn fucking tree. Okay, I'm just like not going down that path again. But let me know when I have made fun of your mental health, Diva.
Time he sees me walking in a video, literally you can see him subconsciously move his body in a waddling fashion. Like, we're not even gonna like include those things and multiple other things, like
girl, be so fucking serious. Be so fucking serious. You could see him subconsciously waddling. Diva. Sometimes you just have to laugh. Sometimes you really just have to laugh. You come to this place to laugh.
Him joining in on AmberCon, literally hosted by one of the most fat-phobic people there is. But we're strictly gonna go with
one of the most fat-phobic people there is. She's referring to Michael B. Petty for what it's worth, and Michael B. Petty himself is fat. I don't know, I haven't seen a picture of him in a long time. I don't co-sign everything that there is that Michael B. Petty has ever said in the world, just like I don't co-sign everything that has ever been said about Amberlynn in general on the internet, you know? But like, I think my part of that, me participating in that, was to provide my unique perspective to the conversation, not to like co-sign what other people there were saying. Oh my gosh, also AmberCon was so long ago. That was a blast from the past. I think that was like 2017, 2018, something like that.
The mental health aspect, because that is the reason why he decided to literally verbally abuse me.
I'm gonna need you to stop using the language of verbal abuse. You are not verbally abused. Getting called a dumb bitch is not verbal abuse, Diva. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I if that's the part that you take issue with, I'll apologize for that because I already have. I said in that video, I don't normally call people that. Like, I don't normally use that type of language, and I'll apologize for that, but that's all you're getting from me. To sit here and have this narrative that I verbally abused you? Are you serious? From a woman who has the level of, like, abuse allegations out there about her own behavior, and you wanna come out here and call me an abuser because I called you a dumb fucking bitch? Are you serious right now, Amberlynn? Like, I just want to make sure you're being serious right now, because that is nonsense. That is nonsense. Be upset that I called you that, sure, whatever, but characterizing it as verbal abuse is outlandish, Diva. Out fucking landish.
In front of everyone, and he's getting applauded for it. Listen, he says awful things about my mental health too.
What did I say?
It might not be
what have I said?
A black and white way.
What have I said?
But I am telling you, he does it frequently.
Name them, diva. Name them. Give me a fucking example.
This might be like a very small example, but it's a recent example that is like an ongoing example. I have massive anxiety when it comes to like public speaking in person. So bingo, for instance. When I get a bingo, yelling bingo out loud gives me so much paralyzing anxiety that I literally can't do it. That is a mental illness.
I would have to go back and check the receipts, but what I remember saying is that, okay, so the bingo thing happened in the long list of things lately that she said has been little things that cause her anxiety, that keep her from being able to do things as a functioning 34-year-old adult, okay? And I have said, when it comes to things like that, when it comes to not being able to eat a jar of pickled olives that she got from the grocery store, when it comes to these little anxieties, it's not that I don't understand that. I think oftentimes, and I've literally spoken at length about this, but I'll do it again, okay? You can have anxieties that make little to no sense to other people, and that's more than reasonable. Like, I think a lot of people have anxiety about things that might not make sense to a lot of other folks. I can probably think about like 5 examples just for myself, okay? What I'm saying is that when you continue to have it impact your life in that way, that you can't even go to bingo, something you love and enjoy, something you enjoy doing with your mom, and you can't do the thing that you need to do in order to win the game, that might be something you want to go seek out therapy for. And the other time that I even more recently brought this up was in response to her saying that, like, my mental health is keeping me from posting, because she had just shared that in a video. And I was like, how are you going to sit here and talk about mental health keeping me from being able to post on YouTube, which isn't even true because I did keep posting on YouTube? How are you going to come onto the internet and say that about me when you are actively every day in your life letting your anxiety and your stress keep you from doing things that you want to do, keeping you from being able to do this thing at bingo that you need to do in order to participate fully? And that's not to say that it isn't okay for her mom to say bingo for her, but it's just like, at this point, there's been so many things on Amberlynn'S channel that she has said that she can't do because of anxiety, that it's like, go to therapy. Or at the very least, if you're gonna have all of that anxiety, then don't come and try to knock me down for potentially not doing something because it gives me anxiety, diva. That's my point, okay? All right, so this being an example, wild, crazy work.
Anxiety is a mental illness. That is something that I am suffering with. And he constantly makes fun of that.
How?
That I'm embarrassed about, I'm ashamed about. Like,
how have I made fun of you for anxiety? Ma'am, I have anxiety myself. I get it. I understand. I've been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. It's something I frequently talk to my therapist about on different ways that I can cope and manage my generalized anxiety disorder. I'm simply talking about ways that you could deal with it better. That's really it. I'm honestly trying to be helpful and telling you to go to therapy because I think it would drastically improve your life if you could figure out some strategies for addressing these anxieties in your life.
I wish that I could yell bingo like a normal person, because to normal people, it's easy to do. For me, it's super hard. So
the normal people conversation, by the way, like I said, go watch my reaction to her reacting to me reacting to her walking to a tree. She used the same argument then as well, and she tried to make me feel bad for her not being a normal person, this, that, the other. I understand how anxiety works. I really do. I wish you didn't have that anxiety. I wish I didn't have anxiety. I think a lot of people can relate to that. I simply just want you to be able to navigate life better because I know that there are ways that you can help yourself do it. I know there are ways that you can help yourself do it, diva. That's all I've ever wanted for you. And I think most people who watch my channel know that that's how I feel about your mental health, that I want you to genuinely seek out those resources. It's so important to me. Like, I only talk about mental health so much on my channel because I know how far I've come. I know how much work I've had to do. I know what the power of therapy can look like, and I want that for everybody. Even nasty, awful people like you, Amberlynn. I think a lot of that nastiness about you, a lot of the things that people don't like about you on the internet, I honestly do think a lot of it could be resolved if you did some serious work on yourself, if you did some serious therapy work to address all of the things about you that make people not like you, but you refuse to do it. You'd rather sit here and continue to play the victim, call yourself verbally abused by me. Please be so fucking serious, diva.
In a recent vlog, I was like, you guys, I yelled bingo, like I'm so proud of myself because like I conquered that anxiety. He made fun of me. He made fun of my mental illness. So another recent thing.
I don't know that I did. So I think in order for us to have like a serious conversation about this, I need to know what my response to her yelling bingo was for the very first time that I watched it. So I don't have it pulled up on screen. I have it pulled up on my other computer right here, and we're just gonna listen to what my response was.
Bingo for the first time ever by myself. Usually I have my mom do it, but I did it.
Amberlynn put on her big girl bingo panties today. I'm so proud of you. You know what? 2025 is going to be a new year for her. New year, new Amberlynn. I love that. So, I mean, I guess I could see how she might feel like that was me mocking her. I could see it. To say that it's me making fun of her mental health, I'm just not there. I'm just not there. Like, was I, like, legitimately applauding her for, like, doing something amazing? No, I wasn't. I surely wasn't. But, to say that that's me making fun of her mental health, I don't know. I guess if that's what you want to call it, Amberlynn, I guess if that is big old mean Zachary Michael bullying Amberlynn, then I'm so sorry, diva. Like,
comes to my mental health is I expressed at length at the whole feederism topic and calling my girlfriend a feeder.
Well, here's the thing. She wants to talk about the feeder stuff. We already addressed this, by the way, in the video where I covered what she DM'd to me. And the reality is, Amberlynn, your girlfriend participated in feeder content. All right? That is what it is. And if you think that me coming on and talking about that's bad for your mental health, then that's something you can talk about in therapy. You can talk about in therapy how it's difficult for you to deal with the internet's response to you dating a feeder. All right? But that's not a lie. I'm not sitting here lying. Okay? All right? In fact, actually, like, I sort of, like, defended you, to be honest, when it came to the crumble cookie video coming out. I think that's fucked up. I think it's revenge porn. I think it's unacceptable. But the reality is that Tommy Salami has participated in feeder content in the past. And if you want to keep lying to yourself about that, then that's something you need to also talk about in therapy. Okay? Because there's facts surrounding that, diva. There's facts. And me talking about it or not talking about it in a video isn't gonna change shit about that. All right? That's just the facts. And that's something that if you continue on in this relationship with Tommy Salami, that you're gonna have to figure out in therapy.
And saying that I'm a feedie, that I'm actively...
Well, I haven't said that she's a feedie. I haven't necessarily said that. I've said that I think it's questionable that she's so concerned about Tommy Salami having these feeder allegations out there, having these feeder content photos out there. I've said that I think it's weird then that she's prioritized showing Tommy Salami getting her food and things like that if she wants to beat those allegations.
In that sort of relationship has been detrimental to not only my mental health, but to Tommy's as well. He knows this, and he continues in every single reaction.
I know.
Emotional support feeder.
Well,
and he says, anytime that I'm eating, it's for Tommy. Anytime that I'm showing...
Again, I didn't say it's necessarily for Tommy. I think it's questionable that you're showing it in relation to Tommy. I think it's questionable that you are coming on here complaining that people think this about your content and continuing to do it over and over again in ways that are in fact different than how you used to show yourself eating.
My body, it's for Tommy. He's continuing on a storyline that I wish would literally stop. I wish it would stop for more than one reason. I wish it would stop because it's not true, and I wish it would stop because it's detrimental to Tommy's mental health and to my own. And he actively knows that and still continues to do it. He has zero regard.
Diva, you dating a woman who has participated in theater content has nothing to do with me. Your mental health regarding that has nothing to do with me. Simply putting that energy onto me, putting that responsibility onto me, is you avoiding the accountability of the situation that you're in, that you put yourself in. Okay? And I'm not gonna sit here and let you try to manipulate me into making me feel like that's my fault, because it's not. It's not. And the sooner that you realize that anything regarding Tommy Salami and your relationship with her is your responsibility, and you go to therapy and you take accountability for that, the quicker you are to feeling better. Okay? All right? Jesus.
To my feelings at all. I even flat out said multiple times that this whole subject causes my mental health to be worse than ever. So that is just simply two small examples of what I mean, and like the big grand scheme of things. Like, this has been going on for years, and I have taken it for years. Like, I could have a whole list of things that he has either mocked me for, made fun of me for, and judged me.
Well, bring them out then, Diva. Bring them the fuck out. Like, I also have to say, like, in general, like, if she's just upset about me criticizing her behaviors and her actions on the internet, I'm sorry, but that is not me disregarding her mental health. Okay? That is not me making light of her mental health. She's also not including the very lengthy conversations we have on a regular basis over here about ways that she could access therapy and things she could do through therapy. Or even therapy aside, right? Even therapy aside, there are things that she has said herself about her mental health and ways that she deals with things better. One example of that, just from things we've talked about today, was her saying, I'm not engaging in the negativity anymore. I'm not engaging in reaction channels. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And what is she doing here? Sitting here talking about a video I posted on the internet. like, how is that helping your mental health? How? Okay, you said yourself that doesn't help your mental health, and yet we're here doing this. One thing that you learn in therapy, which I know you don't know because you've gone to so little of therapy, but one thing that it is possible to learn through therapy is that you're responsible for your own mental health, Diva. You are. Not me, not your mom, not Tommy, not Alexis, not anybody in your life. You are. You're responsible for it, okay? So let's do what you said you were gonna do in 2025 and start watering the things that make you better. And that's gonna start without sitting over here trying to victimize yourself, calling me a verbal abuser because I called you a dumb bitch, and be serious.
For has been insensitive about, etc., that has been mental health related, but him and his audience has not gave a fuck. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that what I said wasn't distasteful, because it genuinely was.
Okay, work. Okay, great. Here's the problem with you saying that only now, nearly 11 minutes into your video. You should have started with that, Diva. You want me to take any kind of your accountability serious? You should have started with that. You led into this with, well, here are all the reasons why Zach deserved this. And that's not an apology, just for the record.
But I have been low-key made fun of his whole YouTube career. And it's so low-key that he gets away with it. But even channels are high-key about it, they still get away with it too. A good example of that is me calling Jordy pale. Everyone was so mad about it, or the fact that
I'm not mad about you calling Jordy pale. I have heard Jordy say some stuff about you. I think Jordy can also handle himself, doesn't need me to come to his defense. I think the thing about you calling Jordy pale that was ridiculous is because you were telling him to go outside, and you're somebody who struggles to go outside yourself, okay? You want to sit here and say say that like I'm mocking your mental health by clapping for you when you were able to say bingo out loud? What if Jordy has a mental health thing too? You know, like what if Jordy doesn't go outside often because he has a mental health problem? You know, like this is the flaw in your logic, Diva. Like it's just so silly.
Lives in his mom's basement, which I have no idea if that's a thing. People are like, well, it's a good thing that he lives with his mom and dad. I don't know if he does.
Yeah,
but
you don't know if he does. You're just trying to be a mean girl, and you're not good at it. You're not even good at that.
Had like every like great excuse under the sun for the reason why he lives in his mom's basement, but yet me getting into my mom's car because I don't drive.
Well, the point, Diva, is that you shouldn't be coming for somebody for living with their mom when you rely on your mom for so much in your life. That's the point. That's the point. You're so close to getting it.
It's like a horrendous thing. But yet me living with girlfriends is like a horrendous thing because I can't live on my own and this and that.
Well,
it's
you
like,
can't. You can't, and that's the point. That's the point. You shouldn't be throwing stones in the glass house that you live in with your caretakers.
Excuses for these reaction channels while literally looking down upon me constantly. But anyways, back to Zach. His response to me was like a misogynistic rant of nothing but like curse words and just, it was horrible. It was like really?
I said fuck and bitch. I said fuck and bitch.
Abusive. If I did that, which I have never done that, people would be like, oh, that's her true colors. There it is. But Zach is being rewarded for this.
I mean, here's the thing, Diva. I don't know also why you're like smoothing over and scanning over the part where I said, you know, like this was a genuine raw reaction. And I even said in a follow-up video and also in that very video that like I didn't love that was my reaction. I'm also not sitting over here and standing by like calling you a fucking dumb bitch. I'm not standing by it. Like, I know that people live for it. That is not how I talk to people in my real life. That is not how I wish to talk to people. I was just so frustrated with you that day that it did push me to respond in a way that I wouldn't normally. And if that's truly what you're upset about, again, I apologize for that. And also, calling me a verbal abuser and a misogynist for that is just wild work on your part. Just really rewriting the narrative about what happened there.
Which is crazy to me. And I feel like it gets even worse than that. He literally went onto Twitch and brought violence into the mix.
Violence?
Whether he was joking or not, that is not okay to joke about. It truly makes me feel unsafe.
I brought violence into the mix. I truly don't know what she's talking about. If somebody has the clip, let me know. I really don't. Brought violence into the mix. Maybe after I get done recording this, I'll go look and see if I can find anything. But I truly don't. I truly don't know. I do not want anybody to harm Amberlynn. I don't want anybody to hurt Amberlynn. If something I said was construed that way, if I said something and I made it sound that way, then I do apologize for that. Like, that is not... I would not want somebody to physically harm Amberlynn. So let me just be clear about that. And that's me apologizing with really not knowing what clip is out there. But even if it wasn't my intention and that's the way it's being interpreted, like, I apologize. Like, that is not something I'd wish on somebody. And also, like, I truly don't remember what this was. But will apologize even if I didn't intend it to happen. It doesn't matter if that's the way it was interpreted, but I truly don't, and nobody should harm Amberlynn, and I hope that goes without saying, but I will also say it just to be clear.
And not in the way of like, oh, I firmly believe he's gonna come and like hurt me physically, but I no longer feel safe in this corner of the internet. Like, this is my job.
Because of me?
And it was my passion, and it's truly just like being ripped from me day by day by day. I should be allowed on the internet without feeling unsafe. Now because I said one thing about his mental health.
You feel unsafe because of me? Like, this is truly wild. Like, I don't have any kind of, like, hate in that heart for anybody, not even Amberlynn. And I know that upsets people, that, like, you know, I don't want bad things to happen to her, but I don't. I want genuinely good things to happen to everybody. Like, there's so much fucked up shit happening in the world that, like, honestly, truly, I just want everybody to have access to happiness. But, I really need to go find what this clip is.
Where literally in every single video, he has something to say about mine. He now has made room to validate his insensitivities to my mental health or just me as a person, as a full-ass person, as a human who is nuanced completely. So now he gets to be insensitive in like an exaggerated manner instead of just the low-key manner that he has had this whole time during his career. This also just goes to show that no matter what I do, no matter what the reaction channels do, I will always be the villain. And I will.
You poor thing, Amberlynn. No matter what you do, girl, you want to sit here and talk about the long documents of examples that you have of me being insensitive towards you, acting like there ain't a fucking novel full of things that you've done to wrong people in your life, around you, etc. Talking about my mental health is a small fucking drop in the bucket, diva. A small fucking drop in the bucket. Please be so serious, okay? Not even coming close to the things that we even just discussed at the beginning of this video, where Beck was talking about their experiences of living with you and you being financially abusive to them.
I'll always be the bad guy. Zach's response to my one thing that I said about him, when he has said thousands and thousands and thousands of things about me that has hurt me, his response was abusive. It was cruel. It was mean.
Oh, she keeps using that word. I don't think you know what it means, diva. And she certainly is allowed to have an opinion on what I said about her. She always has been allowed to have that. I have no problem with her talking about it. And my response to it is that's just not factual. Like, it was just not abusive. Me getting frustrated with something you said about me and saying it in a way that maybe I wouldn't have liked to, but didn't necessarily cater to your feelings, doesn't mean that what I said was verbally abusive to you.
And I have to sit back and like deal with that because of thousands of people agree that that's the way he should have responded to me, when I have never responded to any reaction channel in that way. And if I did, people would have attacked me for a lifetime. I'm truly sickened, and like, it has made me look at Zach in a completely different way. I constantly flip-flop with him, but I literally am sickened.
She flip-flops with me, like many of you have pointed out, as a manipulation tactic. And whether or not, I know a lot of people feel like it's worked on me, I would disagree, but regardless of if it has or hasn't worked with me, it's been very apparent that you only flip-flop with me when you think that there is something positive that will come from it for you. You're sitting here acting like your opinion about me has changed, when this is just like all a part of that story, okay? I've been here before with you.
By this community has made it okay to attack one person and one person only, and to literally silence them. And the minute they say one thing that might be distasteful among the thousands of things the other person has said, it immediately made me the bad guy and him the hero. I was simply
I'm no hero. I'm not trying to be a hero. I gave my genuine response to something you said at the time. I'm not sitting out here trying to write a narrative where one of us is the hero and one of us is the bad guy. I was simply living my truth and sharing how I felt at the time, okay? All right? I'm not trying to be a hero in Amberlynn's story. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm just trying to have a hee-hee and a ha-ha over here, okay?
one thing, while again, he states thousands and thousands and gets away with it constantly. Literally calls me a bitch. Literally says fuck you. Literally says he's gonna like use these hands or whatever, like insinuating violence, and everyone is okay with it. Like,
wait, I do vaguely recall making a joke about these hands. Girl, I'm not trying to fight you. And if you took that seriously, then I do apologize. Like, if that's what the violence in question is about, I apologize for making that joke, but I'm not trying to fight you. I don't even want to be in the same room as you, diva. I really don't.
I know he's gonna rebuttal and he's gonna say, well, you've done this and you've done that.
She says this every time. It's every response she has to somebody that disagrees with her, she's like, I know he's gonna rebuttal. She said it about Jordy. She literally said it about Alexis. Like, this is always her sign off to like try to remove herself from having a reasonable conversation about it. It's like, I know that they're gonna have a rebuttal and I don't care.
And not take accountability for his words. I know that's what's gonna happen. I know that's gonna be his response because he has done this long enough. He knows what his audience wants. I don't really know what else to say about it, but I do want to end this vlog. I'll see you guys in my next one.
Thank
Bye.
God. Thank God. What a real fucking piece of work. What a delusional piece of work who needs to go to therapy. Honestly, truly. You know, I genuinely, because I already have, will apologize for using the word bitch to describe a woman. That is not something that I love that I did. And if that hurt her feelings, well, not if, it hurt her feelings, and so I apologize, okay? And I will do everything I can to never refer to a woman that way again. With that being said, calling anything that I did to Amberlynn Reed verbal abuse is a deflection of her own accountability and responsibility to avoid the things that she needs to do in her own life to take care of her mental health. She has the power to change her experience. She has the power to change her mental health. She doesn't want to hear what I have to say. She doesn't want to hear what Jordy has to say. She doesn't want to hear what Alexis has to say, Karina Kaboom, anybody has to say. I agree. Don't. You know how many channels make videos about me? You know how many forums there are about me? They exist, Diva, and you know what? I don't go to them because it's bad for my mental health. And that's not to say that those people aren't allowed to have feelings or opinions or things like that about me, but it's just like I know enough about myself to not subject myself to it, and you really should do that too. You really should, because how did this serve you? How did this help you water the things that are making you happy in 2025? How? Your relationship with Tommy is so great, then go invest in that. Water that. Your life is so perfect, go focus on the things that make it perfect then, Diva. But sitting here calling me verbally abusive, saying that I'm responsible for your mental health in regards to Tommy's history of posting feeder content on the internet, one day you're gonna learn, or maybe you won't. But hopefully one day you'll learn that the only person who can be responsible for your mental health is you. And certainly people should be kind to you. And certainly, you know, like, that doesn't mean that, like, other people's actions can't impact your mental health. But there are things you can do, Amberlynn. There are things you can do that don't involve sitting on here for nearly 10 minutes, creating up stories about how I verbally abused you. Like, please be serious. Please. I said on Twitter and on Instagram, I said, Amberlynn doesn't have a serious bone in her body, let alone an empathy bone, and you continue to prove that, Diva. The lack of seriousness in all of your bones is on a different level. All right? Please try to get serious, okay? Please. Please. And take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. I don't know. Anyways. Once again, this is just my genuine raw reaction in the moment. This took a very long time to film, and I do have to go do some other things this afternoon. So I do need to get going. Potentially, I guess maybe in the future I'll have other thoughts, but for right now, that's it. That's all. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Thanks so much for all your kindness and support. I appreciate you all. If you're brand new, consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification. Leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. Please take care of yourself. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.